So, hello and welcome, everybody. In part one of our conversation with Arnoldas Nauseda, the CEO of Smartlands, we've covered the program that's really exciting, and I think it's brand new for the company. And if you follow Smartlands, you probably know what I'm talking about. But if you're not, the program that we talked about, it's called a joint venture franchise program, and it's designed for people who want to. People and companies, individuals and established companies and legal entities to join forces with Smartlands and penetrate certain sectors of the financial markets. And we'll leave the link to that video in the video description so you have a better chance to get into it and find out what's it all about. And today we're going to talk about the another program that's created and designed and activated recently, as far as I can tell, by Smartlands. And this one is called SmartAx Ambassador Program. Now, it really sounds interesting. And I'm not even talking about the play on words Smartlands, SmartAx. That's really clever. I love that. But the word ambassador really brings in some heft into the whole thing. And I wanted to talk to Arnoldas about that program. What's it about? What do you mean by telling people that they can become SmartAx ambassador? Let's get right into it. Arnoldas, thank you so much for taking the time again. I really appreciate it. Tell us, what is this SmartAx ambassador program?
So thanks for having me here. So SmartAx initiative is conceived as a part of Smartlands strategy for international development to expand Smartlands global reach through the democratizing access to wealth and creation of scalable crowdfunding model for the mass market, asset managers, owners, and developers. So we basically in Europe will be able to scale quite fast. To the other countries around the world, it's not so fast because it will may require some local regulation. But the people, the investors from around the world will be able to source the projects, and basically if they have the investor network, they will be able to leverage through our Smartlands platform. So if you become ambassador, then you basically plug into Smartlands platform as a team member.
Okay, so that sounds really interesting. What are the day-to-day duties of an ambassador?
So ambassadors will accept the responsibility and lead the process of qualifying the businesses and individuals for participating in investment projects on Smartlands platform. So take focused action to create brand awareness, crystallize, enhance customer vision for the markets, secure power partners access to the Smartlands proprietary toolbox and the company's extensive knowledge base.
They're not going to just, open doors. Those are not like door-to-door salespeople. Those are really like Smartlands partners, people who are going to be responsible for the entire process of setting up a business connection. Would they have to follow through with the entire thing, or they just take the initial part in the conversation and then Smartlands takes over? How does that work?
So the critical part of Smartlands ambassador mission is going to be hands-on negotiations and document signings in full cooperations with the strong support from Smartlands HQ in London. Smartlands ambassadors will play an integral role and will deeply immersed in projects during the planning and development phases in order to sell Smartlands products to strategic clients in their markets.
Okay, so I guess I'm starting to get the picture here, but I was wondering if you could get into the whole program, the inside of it. I mean, does it have any specifics that you wanted to mention, like a certain directions or certain sub-programs or some other integral parts of it that you wanted to mention?
Yes, so the program consists of, let's call it sub-programs. It represents the Smartlands multi-directional approach to different facets of financial markets. So each ambassador is free to take the avenue in which he or she feels the most relevant. If we talk about the projects and the way it's structured, it's a smart asset, smart shares. We have these sort of products in the components in the Smartlands ambassador program, which by definition, let's say, smart investor is the product that includes the investor referrals, investor base, which can be basically leveraged from the local possession to the and leveraging to the Smartlands platform. Then you have the smart asset, which is called a sourcing real economy asset through tokenization model. Then you have shares, where we basically tokenize the shares, sourcing basically reputable projects, investing through the SPV, investing in the company equity. Then we have a bond, where we can basically tokenize the bond issuance. This is to be financed through that instrument. Then we have a smart loan, which is again similar to the smart bond, which is also funded for the business expansion or business needs for working capital. Then we have a Smart Inspire. Basically, Smart Inspire is a sort of platform presentation, market and technology trends, so the ambassadors can have this sub-program to present in the events, to show the business model, to educate the people in their markets, etc. And then Smart Partner, it's a sort of strategic partner agreement where locally some, let's say, financial services company, investment bank, or other stakeholder from the financial value chain to leverage the business growth for Smartlands.
That's pretty comprehensive. I mean, you're basically letting the entire world know that these people that you call ambassadors are going to be, from what I'm hearing, running more or less Smartlands day-to-day operations throughout the world. Why have you decided that this is the right time for this program?
Yeah, we would like to capture as much market share as possible and develop the global business. So ever since Smartlands launch in early 2018, we began looking for individuals, entities who would become suitable regional partners for Smartlands on a global scale. So the process was always ongoing. Once the platform went live and the first project went live, we have realized that we have a lot of to share with the rest of the financial world. We have been basically engaged with various stakeholders, interested parties, to launch the projects and to possess unique expertise that allows us to create bespoke investment projects in most jurisdictions. So our business model is quite universal. We can accept investors from all around the world, and also we can structure the deals as well through the UK FCA regulated legal framework. Anywhere in the world, basically, the investment targets could be. So, unlike the vast majority of people and companies in this space, we have a clear understanding the legal, technological basis for transferring of the digital ownership rights across borders. So, Smartlands is one of the well-known brands in the entire security token space. Hopeful that membership will further leverage us in European market for the further global expansion.
Well, that's really, I love grand plans. I gotta tell you, this is really, it sounds like you guys are going places, and of course the question in everybody's mind is, how do they contact you? What are the steps to take? What's the first thing they need to do to become an ambassador?
Yeah, the process is fairly straightforward. So they would have to create an account on Smartlands.io, go through the KYC process on Smartlands platform, and then contact our business development team, wecare@smartlands.io, for further instructions.
What sort of people are you looking for? I mean, I'm just wondering, the plans are so grand, and you're probably looking for people with certain skill sets, certain qualifications. What are those?
Yes, so the qualifications, I think it's important. So, basically the individual has to be experienced and knowledgeable in the financial industry space. They have to be able to create a positive relationships and be well trained in the applied sales process of supporting Smartlands and supporting tools and business model that is offered.
And of course, we need to touch on the subject of compensation. I'm sure everyone is really eager to find out what's in it for them. So can you go over this a little bit? I know it's probably not the right time to talk about money, but I'm sure everyone who's watching this will be asking that question every second of the interview.
As I mentioned above, these sub-programs, basically each incentive is attached to the sub-program. As much that specific. So Smartlands Ambassador Program can be made as bespoke as can be. So as I mentioned, there are sub-programs which is sort of smart assets, smart bonds, smart shares, smart investors, smart partners, smart inspire. All these basically program has the commercial means attached to this. So we are happy to share these revenues attached to this program product as well with investors locally. So it could be shared up to 50% of all these products revenue brought by these products, and that's the incentive and commercial behind this program.
Awesome. Thank you so much for everything. I mean, this really shaping up to be something really important for Smartlands and people who are looking at the company and following its steps. And this is really, I think it's really encouraging. And I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for going into this and explaining the program to people. And hopefully these videos that we've just produced will bring in some people, and you guys are going to do great together. So with that, thank you so much, Arnoldas Nauseda, Smartlands CEO, and hopefully we'll do this again sometime. Run some more interesting programs, and we'll talk about them on YouTube. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye now.